Hi, team. This is George. Wanted to say welcome to week 2.5. We're in the middle of week 2, so fantastic effort. Everybody's putting forward getting the team agreement set up and beginning to work on the first case study that we have. But before jumping in talking about that, I want to circle back to week 1 and look at our root cause analysis, what they call it, or what I like to call is a backwards design. We've all probably heard of or even tried backwards design for instructional design. And this cause mapping is actually kind of a way to do it for project management. So you start, and I want to thank Victoria for trying this after watching the videos that I set up. I thought that was very cool. So thank you for doing that, Victoria. And I want to kind of talk about this to illustrate a few points about project management and what I think are the benefits of doing this. So if we start here, we start in, we use Victoria used Poplet to put this together. So as we use this and made the little, I don't know if they're called poplets or what they're called, but has made the little boxes as they went, it kind of gives us a clearer picture of different areas where things went wrong and we could have affected change because there's never one issue. There's always a multiple set of issues that happen. And a lot of times, if you just take one of those issues out, then the whole outcome is different. So this is meant to highlight those key points, those key areas where you can insert your influence to make things change. There's some things that could be a part of the cause that you can't change. There are some you have total control over, and then there are some where you have influence. So we want to focus on the total control and the influence. So if you look here, the implementation for brand new grades 1 through 5 elementary, you can start with that, which is this is what we did. Or if it was an issue, a problem, you can say what the problem was first. But since we're talking about a project, we're going to start with the project name. And then just simply walk it backwards. 10 to 15 staff members joined. Other faculty and staff, other faculty members implemented behavior management based on plans from their previous campus. The rest of the committee was responsible for planning events and activities. So think about how could we have affected change right here? Now, hindsight, we have in psychology, there's a thing called hindsight bias. As we look backwards, we see everything 100% correct, which is kind of neat because our brains want us to think that we are completely brilliant. And hindsight bias, our intuition and all that is never 100% correct. But what we can do from this is actually gain tools because now we know that when other people, other faculty or staff join in and they're bringing something from a previous campus, guess what can happen? We can influence what they bring and we can bring that into a fold to create our culture within this. So that's something that a program manager can now have as a tool to use. And let's walk it back here. Responsible for planning events and activities. So you notice there's a disconnect between the committee responsible here and behavior down here. So there's a little bit of a disconnect. And that's another thing where the project manager can influence. Unclear guidelines when tools were rewarded. Another one where we can, if we don't have complete control of that, we can certainly influence it. Well, these are little pieces that we're looking for as project managers when we have a project and it doesn't go very well. We want to look and find these little pieces or nuggets of wisdom so we can then go forward with our next assignments, our next projects, and have these in our toolbox so we know if our tools and guidelines aren't clear, we know what to do and we know the warning signs when we see that. So that's just want to kind of point this out on how this was very helpful for the project management piece. So have a great day.